go, I release the thing I'm clinging to. I release what's holding me, and I'm falling into God's love. I let it be. There's nothing more for me to do, nothing more to say. I'm just falling into God's love. I feel Spirit holding me. It is lifting me on high. Let it go. I release the thing I'm clinging to. I release what's holding me, and I'm falling into God's love. I let it be. There's nothing more for me to do, nothing more to say. I'm just falling into God's love. I feel Spirit holding me. It is lifting me on high. I rise on a power I can't see. On the wings of love I don't ask why. I don't need to understand everything. Ooh, and it's by faith I fly, and it's by grace I see. I see. I
as I just open us up. Allow our heart space to open up and to just be present in this time. And I just give thanks for this day. I give thanks for all that have a part in this, the music, the prayers, and the message. And knowing that we are all here gathered together, beginning this day anew. Let go of anything that has come before this time. Just let it go. Let it go. And allow yourself to be present in this moment, right here and right now. And let this celebration, let it begin. And so it is.
You can do this. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't try to figure it out. Just do it.
That was right on time.
Don't try to figure it out. Just do it. All right, here we go. So I start us off with the same.
5, 6, 7, 8.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, July the 6th. I'm so glad you have joined us for this morning's Heartstream. The month of July is upon us. It seems like the summer is just starting to fly by, but so grateful and thankful for this opportunity to again join you in this virtual way through the Heartstream. We want to continue to hold the space, continue to practice our spiritual principles and the energy that is ours, that is there for us, because we know with things that have been happening in our country just lately, and we know all of the drama and everything else surrounding the big, beautiful bill that was passed, and the many people that will be hurting from the things that are there. While it's touted as being something big and beautiful, I see it as something big and dirty, big and nasty, and there are a few other choice words that I won't get into today. But we have to hold the space. We have to continue to be those people who bear witness to the fact that there is the one presence and power in the universe, and we live our lives from this awareness and this understanding. Do the things that we can to help one another. Do the things first off, though, again, thinking about airlines, putting your own oxygen mask on first, taking care of yourself, doing the things that you need to do that are a part of your own self-care, limiting your exposure to the news and the other forms of media, being mindful of the conversations that you enter into with other people. Don't let them drag you down the rabbit hole. Not giving up hope, finding that time to be alone, to spend some time listening, being able to discern truth and the other things that are available to us, the spiritual tools of meditation, of affirmative prayer, of affirmations, of being able to enter into sacred service and working with others, because certainly there'll be people that will need our help, and many other ways that we can address the situation that is before us. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the ways in which you continue to support Open Heart. And I think now more than ever, getting this message out through our Heartstream is very, very vitally important. Also, with Unity Christian Church, I want to just remind you that we meet today at 11 a.m., 3345 McCorkle Road. You are welcome to come out and to be a part of the celebration experience that is there, with the music and with the other people that are there in person. It's another aspect of what it is that we do with Open Heart. And very soon, as I mentioned, the class Thinking Makes It So, I will have more information about that and about getting it started. An opportunity for you, because I know classes and learning is an important dynamic and an important part of what it is that we do. And as always, I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
There are several ways to give to Open Heart: through our Cash App at OHSC 901, online at OHSC901.com, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4290.
A powerful way to start or continue your day is with our daily prayer call. Each morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, a prayer team member provides an inspirational reading and an affirmative prayer. Join us at 901-586-8755.
Join us at 11 a.m. for the Sunday celebration at Unity Christian Church. We'd love to have you come out, 3345 McCorkle Road. And if you're not able to be here in person, you can also watch the service at unitychristianchurch.us, the website. Love to see you, this collaboration between these two magnificent congregations.
There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight. But victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. Never said there wouldn't be trials, never said I wouldn't fall, never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back's against the wall and I feel all hope is gone, I lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. I've come too far. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. I know that I can't see the road that's led before me, but I can't let doubt defeat me, because I know that you are with me, so I just can't give up now. I can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. I've come too far. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far. 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 I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated.
All right. Y'all sound professional. All right.
I almost lost my voice there for a minute.
All right. I'm going to do a fade out. Now, Emma, what you gonna do?
Tangible evidence. Join me as we take a trip back through time, back to a period where the disciples of the master teacher Jesus are gathered in the room, and they are having a conversation with one of them, telling them, yes, we saw him. We, as a matter of fact, did see him. And then that one disciple says to them, well, until I see him for myself, I won't believe. Until I've had the opportunity to place my fingers into his hands and where the nails were placed and thrust my hand into his side, I won't believe. And we know that particular disciple by name. We know that disciple being Thomas. There's also a moniker that we use oftentimes in conjunction with Thomas, doubting Thomas. Yes, the term doubting Thomas. And many of us know that when there are people in our lives or people that we know that are skeptical, oftentimes that term is used, a doubting Thomas. We might even have been called that ourselves. But in this particular incident, this is where we get that whole term and that whole idea from. That unless Thomas was saying, unless I see and for myself, I won't believe. And we know what happens in the story, and we'll talk more about that. But in this particular case, we know that oftentimes when people use the term doubting Thomas, they don't necessarily mean it in a positive way. They don't mean it in a positive manner. And but let's dig deeper, because after all, when we look into this situation and this circumstance, Thomas's world had been shaken. His world had been turned upside down. The one in whom he had placed his trust, the one who he accompanied, and he put aside his way of life and followed Jesus, was a part of his group, his entourage, if you will. And then he knew and he saw Jesus being crucified and was dead, for all Thomas knew. And now he was hearing something different. But his world was shaken. And I can't help but to think about at this moment in time, how for a lot of us, we might feel the same way, how Thomas felt. Our world's being shaken. When we look at things that have happened in the last few days, when we look at the fact that there are people that are joking about something called alligator Alcatraz in Florida, which is actually a place we're talking about real, actual human beings being housed in detention camp there, and people who are making fun of it and joking. The memes I've seen, the fact of the people who, because of the big beautiful bill, who are losing benefits, losing Medicare, and losing access to health care, and many other kinds of things that are happening. The country that we believed in, the country that we felt like was not perfect, but one in which we were moving forward with, suddenly it seems like so much of that has been shaken and turned upside down. And I can truly relate to that, and relate to also how Thomas must have felt when we put these things together. But I want to get back to Thomas. But I do have to acknowledge that, because I know for many of us, that's where we are right now, feeling like our world has been shaken. And what words of hope, what signs of hope, what kinds of things are there for us to hope and to see these things? Thomas required tangible evidence. I think about a story that I heard a minister once tell about a group who had gone to spend some time with some indigenous people. And as they were there, they were talking to them about Christianity. And I have my own issues with people trying to convert indigenous groups to Christianity. But in this particular case, they were there, they were working with them, and they were giving them something to eat in the form of beans. And as they shared, the reason they were doing that was because they felt like that a part of the mission that Jesus would have them to do was to provide them with something to eat. So they had beans. Then at a particular time, they discovered that they were out of beans. And so they had to go to the chief, to the leader of the group, and tell him that there were no more beans available. And the chief got it immediately. He responded back to them in the very limited English that he knew: no beans, no Jesus. No beans, no Jesus. No tangible evidence that was there anymore of what he had understood to be demonstration of Jesus's care and compassion and all of that expressed by the people. But tangible evidence. That is what Thomas was looking for, tangible evidence. No beans, no Jesus, the chief was saying, though, your faith is now watered down, if you will. And when speaking of watered down faith, Nasruddin was, in Sufism, there's stories about Nasruddin, who was considered a teacher. There's so much surrounding who Nasruddin really was and where he lived and when he lived and all of that. But there was a story that was told about him that when a relative came to visit him, he brought a duck as a gift. And so Nasruddin cooked the bird was eaten. And soon other guests began to come and visit Nasruddin, each claiming to be a friend of the man who brought the duck. And each one, of course, expected to be fed and housed on the strength of that one duck, of that hapless bird. The mullah stood it all that he could till one day a stranger arrived and said, I'm a friend of the friend of the friend of the friend of the kinsman who brought you the duck. And like the others, he sat down expecting to be fed. Nasruddin brought and placed before his nose a bowl of steaming water. The man asked, what's this? Nasruddin said, this is the soup of the soup of the soup of the soup of the duck that was brought to me by your friend. And certainly the duck had been watered down till there was only water left of it. But the fact of the matter is that watered down soup or watered down faith, Thomas was having none of it. But I think it's important to recognize that Jesus' response to Thomas was telling, because when he appeared to Thomas and the other disciples, he immediately knew what Thomas had been thinking, what Thomas had been saying. And he came to him and he offered Thomas the opportunity to touch him, offered Thomas the opportunity to feel the nail prints in his hand and his feet, the place in his side, and all of those things. He did not condemn him, but yet he reached out to him and provided him with the tangible evidence that he needed. He provided him with not only tangible evidence, but also understanding, which brings me to our theme for this month, which is understanding. And our daily affirmation, centered in divine wisdom, I open my mind and heart to greater understanding. I discern truth beyond appearances and listen deeply to the voice within. Each moment reveals new clarity as I see through the lens of spirit. My thoughts are illumined and I walk in peace, knowing I am guided by inner light. Spiritual understanding is comprehending, internalizing, and then living the truth we know. Understanding dawns over time and through study and reflection, or it can come in a flash. Suddenly the light shines. The seed of understanding is the brain's frontal lobe. And this comes from Divine Audacity by Linda Martella Whitsett. Wanting tangible evidence points to the metaphysical principle. We know ourselves physically before we do spiritually, but our spiritual nature is greater and eventually takes precedence. That is reflected in the statement where John the Baptizer talks about the fact that I must decrease and allow the one who is to come to increase, or allow him to increase. The physical knowing represented by John the Baptizer, and the spiritual understanding or spiritual knowing represented by the master teacher, Jesus. Thomas wanted to be certain because there's some things that can happen when we're uncertain. There's some things that can happen when we don't have understanding. Because you see, uncertainty interferes with our perception of the situation. When we're uncertain about something, very often we're unable to see clearly the situation because so much obscures it. It also interferes with the automatic response that we have from stored experiences. Because as we go through life, as we learn things, we have these stored experiences and responses of those experiences come forth. And often, even without knowing it, even without realizing it or consciously being aware of us responding in certain manners, we have certain things that have helped us to make it through those things. But when we are uncertain, we often lose the ability to tap into those particular responses. It also interferes with the unconscious instructions to muscles and joints, that there's also a way in which, as we have gone through life and experienced things, the muscle memory that is there for us that teaches us to how to respond and how to act in certain situations that's available to us so that we can jump out of the way or move or whatever else. When we're uncertain, very often that uncertainty interferes with those things. So being certain, having understanding is something that is important. And that is something for us to recognize and to realize. Emmett Fox reminds us that there is no such thing as undemonstrated understanding. No such thing as undemonstrated understanding. That when we begin to understand the principles of our teaching, when we recognize those things and we put those things into action, we start to have the manifestations and the demonstrations of those particular things. Because remember, you can't outperform your consciousness. Having the consciousness of something being able to come forth is important for us. It's important for us to understand this and to do these particular things. And when we are able to live from the awareness and live from understanding of who it is that we are, when we're able to live from these teachings, because remember, we think about the fact that oftentimes we hear unity described as unity of practical Christianity, meaning that it is a way of putting these teachings into practice, in the practical ways that make a difference in our lives. We know that in religious science, science of mind, Ernest Holmes challenged us to put these things to the test so that we know for ourselves these particular principles. So it's not about theory. It's not about talking in terms of theory or anything else, but it's about applying the principles, applying them in such a way that we have the demonstrations that we seek. There's also a part of here about integrity, which is the state of being whole and undivided. That a person of integrity is someone's life isn't full of contradictions. A person of integrity is a person whose life isn't full of contradictions. The actions they take and the choices that they make are aligned with the declaration that they have made about life. That's from Kelly Cassow from the Integrity Advantage. She goes on to say integrity is owning all of who we are and living in alignment with our deepest truth and grandest desires. You see, when we align ourselves with collective consciousness rather than our own divinity, we are out of integrity. And there's so much that is testing us right now to pull us into the collective consciousness and move us out of living from our own divinity. But we're out of integrity when we do that, when we don't recognize that it's about being aligned with the divine. And as I've said, it's not about spiritual bypassing or any of that, but it's about understanding the truth of who we are and the way in the midst of seemingly overwhelming odds and circumstances, how to live a life of freedom, how to live a life of truth, how to live in such a way that we can be a light to others, how to live in such a way that we can demonstrate the things it is that we talk about. We ask ourselves, am I in integrity with God as my source? Because when we do this, when we recognize this, and we do what it is that is necessary, we begin living lives. We begin having the tangible evidence that we need to live our lives. Because there are two ways of getting understanding. One is by following the guidance of spirit that dwells within. And the other is to go blindly and learn by hard experience. That comes from Charles Fillmore in the Revealing Word. But it's important, as we talk about tangible evidence, to seek the guidance of spirit, to seek the alignment that comes with recognizing that we are God in expression. It comes from that and recognizing this and knowing this, that the tangible evidence is available to us, that we have the ability to demonstrate these principles in our lives and to live from and to know the truth. We understand it in Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. It tells us that if we ask, it will be given you. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks, the door shall be open. Coming from the desire to understand, we find these things, and when we seek these things, when we pull these things into our realm of existence, into our realm of reality, to a realm of possibility, when we understand the infinite possibilities that are out there, it provides us with the opportunity and the chance to have the tangible evidence that we need for each and every day, for the living of these days and the facing of these hours that lie ahead of us. We have what it is that we need. We have the understanding that we need, and we operate from this. We embrace this. We know this, and we understand. Tangible evidence is available to each and every one of us. Amen, ashe, and so it is.
I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on the tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me, moving through you. Oh. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time.